Hello, great ones. My name is Nella Kuma Francis, and you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, yesterday was St. Valentine's Day, and all around the world, online, offline, it was all love, 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 all the mushy, mushy stuff, all the lovey dovey stuff. And I hope you had a great day yesterday. All right. So something happened as always. I'm here to gist you about it and how we're gonna, talk about it. I missed all the lovely couple, Instagram stories and Facebook stories on all social media platforms. I saw a couple of videos where people were fighting over a particular love interest, where someone caught the other person cheating and all that. And it struck a chord in my mind. And I said I was going to talk about how to handle your expectations, on human beings. So here we are today. So if you're interested, please, before we go on, like this video, comment on it after it, subscribe if you have not, share to your friends, and get everybody to this YouTube channel. All right, let's move into it. How do you place expectations on people? In a relationship, of the opinion that we should meet each other halfway. I know I'm not there yet. I know you're not perfect yet, but let's make, compromise. Let's make sacrifices. You come from your end, I come from my end, and we meet each other halfway. 50-50. That is what I believe an ideal relationship should be. Someone who is willing to move out of their comfort zone, someone who is willing to move out of their shell to meet with the other person halfway. And for me, that's a beautiful relationship. But somehow, because of our feelings, because of our emotions, we refuse to see signs. I mean, relationship therapists would call them red flags. We refuse, or we see them and we ignore them. We decide to live in denial all through the relationship. And at the long run, this affects us, especially if you are an empath, if you identify as an empath. But there is one mistake we always do. And do you know what that is? I think there are two actually at this point. And these two mistakes, I think I would like to call them assumptions and high expectations. I'll say them again. Assumptions and high expectations. One, the assumption part, we are going to talk about it. You're in a relationship with someone and you have things that you have noticed in this person's life that does not go well with you, does not go well with your value, with your principles, with your beliefs, with your faith. And then you just assume that the person would naturally, know that this thing is not good, is not okay, and turn a new leaf. Like how? Or somehow you have things, you have certain characteristics you want this person to do, or you do not open your mouth to say them to this person. You don't open your mouth to say them to your partner, and you generally assume that, oh, this person is going to wake up one day and realize that no, the way I'm treating my partner or the way I'm treating my spouse is not right, and I should change. It doesn't work that way. I read a quote once that said, assumption is the lowest form of information. The lowest form. Assumptions can be deadly. I mean, the person is living a whole new life and you expect this person to know that what they're doing is wrong or what they're doing is not okay. No, we should learn how to be expressive, communicate to your partner, communicate with your spouse, communicate. Communication cannot be overemphasized in a relationship. If there is something you want this person to do, open your mouth and tell them. Don't assume they will get it by themselves. They are humans. We are not all knowing. We are not God. Open your mouth and tell this person, This is what I want. And then another thing, like I said, is placing high expectations on a human being. That is a recipe for disaster, if you ask me. Because the frailties of the human nature would always pop up. And for me, I feel like placing high expectations on a human, is a prerequisite for disaster. That is what I feel. Is a prerequisite for disappointment. Do you want to be disappointed? Place high expectation on the person. Because one, it is only God who is perfect. This person is human. So he or she is bound to disappoint. So I feel like when you've come close to this person, you've actually opened your mouth to tell them, this is what I want, this is what I would like you to do, this is the areas I want you to work on. I feel like you should also not lower your standard. I mean, so many people place high expectations and they're like, no, that's my standard, that's the way I want. No, your standards and high expectations are not the same. Yes, and I am of the opinion that your standards should be high. I mean, you should know what you want. But as you have outlined it, also give a yardstick that the person might not actually meet all those expectations. And that's okay. And that's okay. I am of the opinion that when you're in a relationship with someone, when you're married to someone, I'm of the opinion that you must have weighed your pros and your cons. You must have said, okay, these are the advantages I get from, dating this person or being with this person, and these are the disadvantages, and you actually check it. I know some of you might say it's transactional at this point, but for your mental health, for your emotional sanity, for your life, you need to check. Are the disadvantages outweighing the advantages? And please, when I talk about advantages, when you're putting money as an advantage over a particular bad behavior, I am not there. You need to check in the long run. How will my mental state be? How will my emotional stability be if I'm with this person? Am I going to be a total emotional wreck at the end of the day? There's so many people that are seeing money, they're living with money, are living this luxurious life, and they're in pains and they're paying millions of money for therapy. And I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying therapy is not okay, but I believe that you can choose the circumstances. You can, at some level, choose the circumstances around you at some level. So please, I'm going to say this about those of you that might be heartbroken from yesterday's incidents, or maybe anything that happened, maybe expected something high, and then the person did. Just ask yourself, did I actually communicate with my partner? Did I tell him? Have I in any way said? Some people like, I want you to surprise me. What if he or she doesn't know what your surprise means? I mean, surprise can be relative. I don't know what's in your mind. I'm not the Holy Spirit. So I want us to be more expressive in our relationship, more communicative. Do you need something? Open your mouth and tell your partner, tell your spouse, this is what I expect. Please, this is what I need. Don't assume that they already know. And when you have done that, the expectation, the only person who is more than able to exceed all our expectations is God and not any human. So as you're living in your relationship, live with understanding, live with love. Okay, so if there's any questions about this particular series or something that you might want us to discuss, drop it in the comment section. I'll be there reading, and I'm definitely going to make a video about it. So till I come your way next time, live, love, be inspired. Bye-bye.